How do we do this? Remember, to solve this, we have two types of equations. We have a linear equation and we have a quadratic equation. And our objective is to substitute the linear into the quadratic. Can somebody tell me which one is the linear equation, please? One or two? I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this two. Which one is the linear equation? Fantastic. Number one is quite clearly. Thank you very much, guys. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay. So this is the linear equation. The quadratic equation is x squared minus 4x minus 3y is equal to 0. Okay. Because obviously we've got a square there. Now we always let me write always sub the linear into the quadratic to solve it. Okay. Now when I look at the linear equation, I've got x plus y is equal to 4. Neither x nor y are the subject here. So what do? I have to make them the subject. And obviously there's two ways to do it. Either you can make x the subject, which will mean that x will equal. If I take that over, that'll be 4 take away y. Or we can make y the subject, and I'll have y is equal to. If I move that x over instead, then it would be 4 take x. 4 take x. Do you guys agree with that so far? Yeah, so we can either substitute the first one in for x into it, or the one for y. Okay, so the question is, which one should we do? It doesn't actually matter algebraically, you get the same thing, but one of them is more efficient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute in both. I'm not going to do the algebra, and I want you guys to tell me which one you think would be best. So if I use this one, right, then remember, this is the equation here. Let me write one more time. X squared minus 4x minus 3y is equal to 0, okay? If I plug it into this one here, then it would be 4 minus y all squared, right? Minus 4 lots of 4 minus y minus 3y is equal to 0. And then I'll use that. That is one way. Or the other way is using this one right here. If I plug in y for that, then it'll be x squared minus 4x minus 3, and then y is 4 minus x is equal to 0. Yeah? Now, as I said before, both equations will give you the same answers if you do it correctly and your algebra is good, which I'm sure it is. But one of them is faster and more efficient. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to be the one on the left or the one on the right? I want you guys to all put your answers in the chat. Put L or R. What do you guys think? Fantastic. All of you guys are saying the same thing. The one on the right. Why? Couple of things. When I look at the one on the left, I have to expand this bracket. This is a square bracket. I have to do two brackets and then expand it. Also account for the signs and make sure I don't slip up, right? This one, then we've got this one here. So there's two things to expand. This one on the right, there's only literally one thing to expand. And the thing we have to expand is not even a double bracket. It's just literally a simple expansion problem. So it's definitely better to do the one on the right. And these are the type of things that you want to be doing when you're doing these types of questions in an exam. Being efficient with your time. Which one would be best to solve in the time given to me? Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Good stuff. Brilliant. So continuing with this one, we're going to have x squared minus 4x, and then expanding that will be a minus 12 plus a 3x, and that will equal 0. So then now doing that, we're going to have x squared. We have a minus 4x plus a 3x, that'll be a minus x, and then we're taking away 12, and that will equal 0. We have a guess so far, guys? Yeah? How do I solve this from here, guys? Let's say there's no calculator. How do I solve this from here? What would be the next thing to do from here? Fantastically, we need to factorize, right? We've got a quadratic here. So we put in two brackets. So a bracket there and a bracket there. We need two factors of the number at the end, which is a minus 12, right? Which will add to give the number in the middle, which is a minus. That's a 1, isn't it? If there's no number in front, it's just a 1. So can somebody tell me what those two factors are? What are two factors of minus 12 that will also add to make a negative 1? Perfect. Fantastic. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic, guys. Well done. a minus 4 and a 3, right? If I add those, that makes a minus 1. If I times those, I get a negative 12. So it's definitely these. So I put x there and I put x there, put a minus 4 there and a plus 3 there. So now to get x, what do? We just set these equal to 0. Now, quick step or quick tip, if there's no number in front of the x terms here, then x is just going to literally equal the opposite of that number, like that. And that will equal minus 3. Now, you can't do this for all of them because, for example, I'll do this on a caveat here. If I had 2x minus 3, for example, and then I don't know, 7x minus 4, for example, like that, then we need to set this equal to 0 and say 2x is minus 3 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3 over 2. Yeah? And then that one will be 7x minus 4 is equal to 0, 7x is equal to 4, x is equal to 4 over 7. Okay? So if there are numbers in front, you can't just swap them over like we did here. But because they don't, we can do that. Is that clear, guys? To be honest, if I'm in an exam, forget about any tricks, to be honest. Just do this, just so you know you're never going to get it wrong. X minus 4 equal to 0, x plus 3 is equal to 0. It takes a second anyway. It doesn't even take that long. Yeah? But we happy with that? When we do this at school, we're taught to do SSS, same sign subtract. Though we subtract the equations if they're not the same. If the signs are different, we add them. Then after we do MMM, make the middles match. Same, and then solve it like that by using the full any of the full equations to get. Are you talking about? So I'm just looking at a message. Are you talking about factorizing quadratics? Are you talking about another method for the person that just sent me a message about that? You're talking about a method of factorization. Let me just read it again. When we do that score, we're taught to do SSS, same sign, subtract. The way, then when we subtract the equations, if they're not the same, if the signs are different, we add. Ah, see. Oh, it's for the simultaneous equations. Okay. I think what you're talking about are for linear simultaneous equations. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you've got like, for example, E dot G 4x plus 7y is equal to 10, and then I don't know, 2x plus 5y is equal to 4, then you make these the same. Is that what you're saying? And you guys, everyone can obviously answer as well. If you make the x's the same and then you subtract, right? And if there's different signs, you add. You're talking about a linear simultaneous equation, okay? When it's like that. This one is different because of the fact that one of them has squares in it, okay? So there's two different types of simultaneous equations in the exam. There are linear simultaneous equations which come up on both the higher and foundation paper, which are these. And then there are quadratic simultaneous equations, which is what the question is, and that will only be in higher. Is that clear for everyone? Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense now? You're not confused anymore? Yeah. This is quadratic simultaneous equations, not the ones that you get in foundation as well. Yeah. This is a higher level topic. Okay. Yeah. Different. Good stuff. Brilliant. Fantastic. So continuing. We found out what the values of x and x are. X equals 4, x equals minus 3. Remember, this is a simultaneous equation. So if there are values for x, there must be values for y. How do we get those values for y? Well, let's use our substitution. Remember, we used this side, which said that y is equal to 4 minus x. So all we're going to do now is plug in our values of x into this y to get the corresponding y coordinates, okay? So for example, this one here, let me move this out of the way because this is just like an example here, just so it's not confusing. So y equals 4 minus x, right? If x equals 4, then I'm going to have y is equal to 4 take away 4, which is equal to 0, right? So therefore, x equals 4 and y equals 0 is one answer. And you can actually write this as coordinates as well, 4, 0. And then the next part is x equals minus 3. Remember, y equals 4 minus x. So we're going to have y equals 4 minus and then minus 3, which is going to be 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. So therefore, x equals, I forgot to put minus 3 here. X equals minus 3 and y equals 7. So these are your two answers. Did people get that? I think I saw somebody get that. 4, 0 minus 3, 7. Yeah, 4, 0. Yeah, perfect. And that is the answer. Does that make sense, guys?